Hey, yo, what's up? It's your boy, Sirr of the 2020 Podcast, LLC. Please say the LLC. And before you listen to this episode, I just got to let you know, I need you to stop what you're doing. Go to blkrenaissance.com, and I need you to shop for the culture. That's right. Anytime you use the promo code LLC20 at Black Renaissance Clothing's website, you will get 20% off your order. Off rip, no questions asked. So do me a favor and do it for the culture. Peace.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Sade with Black on Black Rhymes. Step to the mic.
Mic check.
People always ask me where I get my confidence from, and I get it from inside. It's an inside thing, y'all. And when it comes to beautiful skin, I rock with Blendia by India, where her motto is, be confident in your skin. She has a variety of naturally made soaps to keep you smelling good, hair products for long, luscious, healthy hair, and even beard products for men. You know, we got to keep those struggle beards away. So visit blendiabyindia.com and use promo 2020skin to get 10% off your order. Thank you, Blendia by India, for being a sponsor of the 2020 Podcast, LLC. Please say the LLC.
Hey, this is Butter So Fly of Powerlines Poetry, here to let you know anytime I feel good, I have to look good, so you have to listen to me. Make sure you go to gurudesigns.com, use a 3 instead of an E. The website is great, so you can get something for yourself, and then she makes custom clothes for men too. And guess what? I got a promo code for you. Use 20/20 and it'll get you 15% off of any order $25 or more. You can't beat that. Go to gurudesigns.com.
The self-destruct sequence has been activated. Repeat, the self-destruct sequence has been activated. This sequence may not be aborted. All employees proceed to the emergency car at the bottom platform.
Okay, we lit it just like a fuse, so no need to pick and choose. Welcome to 2020, where we do more than interviews. The hottest be coming through, jumping knowledge on all of you. Get a bigger the front of you with the truth that they offer you. Yeah, hands up, we doing it for the culture. To give artists and businesses more exposure. Keeping it real and stay silent just like a boulder. It's about to go all the way down, can't get no lower. Chasing my dreams, know that they get no slower. But if I stay running, I promise they getting closer. Moreover, success my older. And if you're sleeping on me, I'm waking them up like Folgers. I told you, coming from the land with the tide roll. Well, we'll be on a whole different vibe though. We like to ride slow and keep our windows tinted so you really can see us like Stevie Wonder waking up with his eyes closed. Yeah, got the kind of flow that rock the boat. On my 16s of pounds of dough. And if you figure you can hang with me on the mic, then grab some rope. Matter of fact, better grab some hope. While you at it, we keep it live, it's time to tune in. Turn up the sound on what you're using. It goes so hard, I think it's bruising. The show is 2020, no need to zoom in. Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this question. Do it like, okay, because this is going to be so messed up if my current guy sees this. So I feel like I'm pretty in love here, right? I feel like this is as good as I'm going to get it. And not on some like shitting on him. He has put up with a lot of my stuff. Like, we've had a really bad year. We even just recently had an apartment fire. Lost 70% of our stuff. Yeah, lost 70% of our stuff. I'm at my mom's house. We're living with my mom right now until we get back on track. And it was his apartment. Like, his name was on the lease. And I in a weird way started the fire. Air fryer exploded, but I was using the air fryer. Yeah. May have a lawsuit going on there. I don't want to speak too much. But yeah, straight up just poof. The air fryer went boom. So we're going through a lot right now. And like, you know what's the saddest part? Like, cause this is what happens when I get with women and I just talk about our relationship all day. I hate that. But his mother hates me. Like, this is a real life thing. This woman, if she saw me on fire, she would not spit on me. And he doesn't have that separation. Like, he can't just tell his mom, hey, chill out, this is my woman. He just can't. Like, we've had conversations. He cannot step up and do that because he feel like, well, my mom is going to always be my mom. Why would I tell a 60-year-old woman how to act when she has been doing this for years? And I'm telling you, this woman is on a whole nother level. Like, you ain't never seen the type of mean this woman is. Like, this is why sometimes I just, older Black people, that I have to take a step back because this woman has threatened to fight me. This woman has gotten in my face. This woman has told me I had no soul, even though she go to church every Sunday. Like, it has gotten bad.
Don't mean a thing. So
correct, but it has gotten bad. But I think I can love him through whatever. But you were just saying something like I'm going out to see if you're compatible with someone. So what if you hit a bump? Like, okay, let's say our bump is me and his mother's issues. What do I do about that bump? Is that bump it's time to walk away, or is that bump let's try to work on it? Let's make this bump as small as possible.
Have you addressed the bump?
Yes, and definitely, of course.
Okay. Are there any steps occurring to get over the bump?
Now, hear me. I like to make excuses for people, okay? I'm sorry.
This is a yes or no question, though.
But I have to have a question. What could you do about that bump? Am I tripping?
We're not there yet. You're jumping ahead. There.
Okay.
What did you say? Steps occurring?
No. I'm just gonna say no.
Okay. So if there's a hill in the middle of you and your destination, and the person is not assisting you in getting over the hill, how are you gonna get over the hill?
Now here's my other option. This is what I was gonna say, because how do you fix this hill? What if we take a different route? What if we say fuck the hill? Because he's not willing to talk to his mom about it, but he will just not talk to his, like, he would do, like, he won't address it, but he will not talk to his mom. Like, if it came between me and her, he is definitely going to come with me, live with me, literally ignore his mom, but he won't address it. And I'm the type that likes a big family. Like, I want to take this woman to Olive Garden and talk to her for an hour, but we could not be in the same room for more than 2 minutes without her trying to fight me. And who can do anything about that? Like, we're talking, if a 60-year-old woman get up and say, I'm gonna beat your ass, who can stop that?
So I'm gonna go back to a word we talked about 20 minutes ago. Compatibility.
You're telling me something I don't want to hear. You're telling me something I don't want to hear, because you're basically, you're not saying this directly, but you're saying that's a hill there, and realistically speaking, I can't get over that hill if I can't get no help.
Yourself is what I'm saying. I'm not saying y'all can't conquer it, but if he's going to be inactive,
okay,
you guys aren't going to get over that together.
Yeah, I've heard this from several friends. Friends.
Let's look at it for what it is. If he's not willing to defend you,
don't say that, because that was one of my number one issues. He did not defend me.
I'm just being 100 with you. If he's not willing to defend you,
all right,
you know what I'm saying? He's showing you who the priority is in his life. So if he's not showing you that he's willing to make you number one,
right?
He's showing you he's not willing to make you number one.
Okay.
So now again, you're young.
Very.
Maybe he hasn't come to that realization yet, because I was in that same place at one time. So
yeah.
Maybe he has some growing to do.
That doesn't require me, right? Like maybe he should work on it.
Maybe not.
Okay, maybe.
I'm just showing you. I'm pulling you back from the situation. I'm picking you up, taking you out of it, and like, look, this is what's happening.
Okay? Correct. Gotcha.
So when somebody shows you something, especially men, you need to believe it. So he's telling you, yo, I'm not gonna go up against my mom. She's gonna be there no matter what. What that means is she's gonna have my back. She's more loyal to me than you are.
Than you are. Correct. Yep.
Hence why I said there are two types of love.
Yeah.
The love for mom and the love for, you know what I'm saying? Because now that unconditional love seems to be coming from his mom and him. You know what I'm saying?
And she puts the gas to the pedal. Like, she overly does stuff for her son because she craves his love so much. Like, come over and wash his clothes. Man, we have a washing dryer right there. I can do that. But she will come over, wash them, fold them. Like, she is exaggerating about it. And you're like the fourth person that's told me that same thing, where it's like you're just kind of being honest, where it's like, this might not be what it needs to be, but I hear you. I hear that. That's the fourth person. So you got a point there.
Don't want you to get to a point where
I'm choosing him over me, over myself.
I'm being real with you. I'm being real with you.
I knew this.
And I'm not saying he's a bad guy. It's just maybe he's not equipped yet to deal with that battle, because going against your parent is a big thing. It's like a breaking of that umbilical cord that has to occur, because I did it with my mom. Your mom is going to see you as their baby. And any woman that try to step in.
Oh, can you even just answer, like, how long it took? Like, what age did you finally break that umbilical cord?
I think I was like 27, 28, but it's
Oh, he's
different for every
27.
person.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like,
of course, yeah.
because
Okay, that's a good point.
you have to understand, like, our mom is our first girlfriend, our first love, the first
It
person we
really
fell in love
is.
with, you
Yep.
know? So
And that's a
that,
hurdle. That's a hurdle because most women don't feel that way. They be quick to choose a man over their mother because I don't know what it is, but the dynamic between like mothers and their daughters, but it's not as close
oh
as
no,
mother and their
it's not.
son
It's not.
at all.
It's a butting of heads. And that's
Mm-hmm.
why daughters and dads have a different type of relationship, and people don't like to discuss
Mm.
it. But abandonment issues, daddy issues, like,
Yeah.
a woman needs a dad to
That's so bad.
see
Right.
how they're going to maneuver with guys,
God, exactly.
you know.
That's
So
why my view is so flawed too, because like I said, my daddy broke my heart before any man could. Like he tore that motherfucker in half. I'm not gonna even lie. So
how does
my
that
view
relate
is
to you now?
absurd.
Right. So
As a
what
what do
does that how does that affect the way you view men? Because you said now that you have a tendency to hold on too long.
correct,
You
correct.
know, you don't want to be.
I don't want to walk away like my dad walked away. It's abandonment issue for sure. Man, like girls don't be lying when they say they have daddy issues. I know it's like a fun joke. Oh, she has daddy issues, but that should be real.
That
Like
shit
it's
is
real.
very real.
It is very emotionally. And you know what's funny? Because like the black community, you know, most of the time the man leaves, but like you said, the son and the mother they tight because you know a son needs his mom. Like something, yeah, they need their dad, but don't get me wrong, that mother's gonna always be there for her son.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess the woman does need that father there, or the girl needs the father so she can know one, so she can know the game, so she can know men can't just run all over
Preach.
her and see how a woman should be loved. So if a father is there in the house loving the woman, the daughter is gonna see, oh, this is how my dad loved my mom. I want that.
Right.
So yeah, yep, it's so many problems within. You know, I'm gonna stop like blaming on the community or certain people. It's so many problems with me personally, but I've seen it so much. Like that is my number one problem. I have not divulged a lot of my childhood traumas. Like I have not really tried to figure out who I am. Just like you said, I have not worked on me for a very long time. Like it's always been about somebody else. Always.
I'm finna give you some of the realest shit I ever heard, and it's gonna hurt a little bit. I'm just gonna be
Okay.
honest with you. I'm the rip the band-aid type of nigga. So
Right.
no, you are damaged. We're all damaged. You don't get a pass for being damaged.
Yes.
Sorry, that ain't what it is. Everybody has suffered some sort of trauma. That doesn't make you special. That doesn't make you even less of a person either.
Correct. Right.
It's your responsibility to address these issues and heal.
Absolutely.
That's solely yours. No man is going to fix that. No woman is going to fix that. You're going to find therapy, and you're going to find the tools you need to overcome that trauma.
Absolutely.
And it helps you grow.
100%. Yeah, I 100% agree with that.
That needs to be addressed. Just period.
Exactly. Yeah, and a lot of us don't know how to fix it yet, but that's the point. Like you have to figure it out, and while you're figuring that, because like one thing, and I want to like move the conversation forward because I did have something very important I want to talk about, but like there's one thing what I like that I feel bad about the Black community. We have so much shit we trying to attack at once. And like I feel like we're overwhelmed trying to get the world to hear us, see us, because like this is our first time in history, honestly, if we want to keep it real, that we have a real voice. I really think this is the first time Black people can get on the internet, open a podcast, and be like, hey, let's talk. Because back in the day, like niggas can be on TV, y'all couldn't go in the same restaurant. It was shut up, niggas. And now we finally got a voice. And you know what happens when you keep someone quiet for so long and then you finally give them the mic? They blah blah. They rampage. They take all the stuff they have been feeling for years. And I truly feel like in the Black community, we have so much stuff we need to attack, but we're all over the place. Like for example, and this is I'm gonna move on and levy on. Did you see my video today about white woman wearing braids?
Yes.
Okay. Now I know you have a problem because you have to, because 90% of people had a problem. Now, if we had to put, and I hate to like do compare things. I know that's a bad thing to do. Which one is more important? Prison reform or cultural appropriation? Like if you had to attack the issue with all your weight, all your gunpowder, which one you want? Prison reform or cultural appropriation?
You don't like my answer.
Go.
It's going to vary from person to person.
No, I'm asking you before. You can tell me what you're about to say, but I'm asking you specifically. Yes, if you had to choose a battle,
prison reform or cultural appropriation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with cultural appropriation.
Okay. Now you can tell me how you feel, because I got some things to say about that.
Okay. So the reason I feel like cultural appropriation is more important, it is an issue that is affecting majority of our community.
Okay.
Prison reform is affecting those who are affected by the judicial system.
Okay.
Now, although I do think they're correlated, I think they're connected, but currently, if you're looking at statistics, it's more of us outside than inside.
Absolutely. Okay.
Although we are affected by the inside, it's more of us outside. So we have to fight the battle on the front line. For me, my priority first is the cultural issue, because I respect what you said. You said something that hit home. We are guilty of it as well. We had the people with the Chinese buns, the chopsticks.
You remember that, right? I know I wasn't the only one. You remember that, right? That was a famous hairstyle, bro. So
I had the wrist beads with the kanji lettering, the Mandarin, all that. See? Didn't even know what it means. It just looked cool to me.
Cool. Look cool. Okay, so why can a white woman wear braids? Because it look cool. And before you get into the dark, because let me ask you this question: how am I supposed to feel about white people as a black woman? Like, real talk, what am I supposed to feel for them?
I can't tell you what to feel.
Okay, as a majority, if you had to, like, literally, if you like had to take a group of black people and a group of white people, and I know it varies, but I'm saying, what is the overall thing we're trying to accomplish with them? Am I supposed to hate this woman? Am I supposed to educate a grown ass woman? Like, what am I supposed to do with this white woman who we have all this bad history with? What am I supposed to do?
See, that's the problem right there. Instead of people making up their own mind, we're looking for other people to tell us what to feel or what to do.
Okay.
No,
yeah.
Go by your own discernment, listen to both sides, and then make a decision. Don't group with black people just because a majority of black people on TikTok was like, do this. Mob mentality is real.
True.
And you want to know what else was mob mentality? The KKK.
Ku Klux Klan.
You feel me? So nah. Go by what you say. Now, the issue I had with that video was this. White girl, have your braids. Do what you want. It's your money. You spent it. Do it. But the statement she made, because black girls who do this are smart.
Mm-hmm. Now, and I said it was a weird compliment. I did in the video say that. It's not a compliment. She tried to make a compliment, because this is what happened. They were on live, and people were flooding the comments saying, why she got braids on? Like, they were flooding. Like, this woman is just chilling, and they're flooding the comments saying, hey, why the fuck you got them braids on? And she was like, oh, I like them. I think they're cute. Like, you know, white people.
That's all you have to say.
True, but look, I will say she made an ignorant comment.
Yes.
But I think, damn, now I don't want to say just white people do this, but you ever said something that you just shouldn't have said, but you
correct.
Like, she's grown. Don't get in it. And I'm sorry, white people do this a lot. They be putting their foot in their mouth hard, bro. Like, the quick story I got, I was selling the wash and dryer when I lost my first apartment. I was selling it. And the people came to me to buy it. 2 white people, old in the motherfucker. And I forgot the hose that goes. There's a hose to let the water out.
Yeah.
He looked at the machine, brand new, by the way. See, I don't see the hose in here. So how about we do $250? And look, this has nothing to do with race. I'm sitting there, 21 years old. When did I ever say anything about race? We're trying to sell a wash and dryer. You're lowballing me, and you just said something very stupid. You put your foot in your mouth because, honestly, you're white and old. Like, white people do that. They put their foot in their mouth because they're very tipped. Like, they went from being able to say anything they want about black people to now truly have to watch what they say. And they don't know. Like, people don't educate them. You think, oh, Aunt Pearl is talking to her niece about how we should do, but like, no one is educating these white people but us. But I'm like, why is it our job? Why do we have to get so upset, so in our feelings about someone wearing braids, about someone saying the wrong thing? When I was young, I used to say a bunch of stupid shit, and it wasn't on purpose. What if someone held that against me forever? I'm like, T, this why nobody fuck with you, because you said this when you were 14 years old. And I'm like, these white people they put their foot in their mouth, but I'm not about to care about it. Like, I'm not about to make my whole day about it. I'm not gonna write a 12-page essay on why cultural appropriation is bad. Like, she wore her braids, she done. What do you think that white woman losing sleep over this conversation we having? It was cute to her. She moved on. They probably out her hair, and she done moved on with a happy white life. Like they don't really care. And I'm saying I'm not gonna educate them. I'm not gonna go to a grown woman and be like, take them braids out of your hair because that's fucked up. Like
Period.
I could never do it. Like I can never see myself walking up to someone and saying, don't do this. Like unless it's something that's literally harming somebody physically or mentally, I don't see myself interjecting as something as simple as a hairstyle.
Absolutely. You do not have to. You do not have to be the ambassador of Black people wherever you go. You do
Correct.
not. She
I
said
mean, one lady
stupid.
in my comments said it was a boundary though. Like when she sees it, she's going to address it every time. And I'm like, every time?
Listen, young.
Ah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's smart.
Some people have trauma and it manifests through their actions. If you're going to stop, if I had to stop, imagine, okay, they call them, I'm not going to say grammar Nazi because that's insensitive, but you know people who are sticklers for grammar?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like every time you say something, they miss the message because they're so focused on
that one mess
the delivery. Yes.
Yeah.
I ain't got time to be that person because what it can do, I'm big on energy. It can rob the room of its energy. Because here this person may have genuinely saw it on a Black woman, thought it was gorgeous, said something stupid because she might associate the person with being smart. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? The person she saw it on might genuinely be a genius. She was like, yo, I want to be more like her. I want to be more like this person I adore. But mob mentality tells you, and it's people being super defensive, just being real.
Correct.
Oh, you need to jump on this. Oh, you got to say something. And it's the court of social media. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be upset about it today, but in 2 weeks, they're going to be forgot. So,
exactly. And all I was stating was, if I tell her to take out her braids and she's okay, yes, I'm sorry. Does it stop the girls that are getting kicked out at school for it? No, we have to like go to that school, write letters to that school. Oh, make our own school. Like, do you know Dr. Umar Johnson, a person I actually have a problem with now, but do you know him?
Yeah.
Do you know? Yeah. You know how he was trying to make a school. Now we have heard that this is not legitimate anymore, but whatever. It's not. Ooh, I really had hope for him. But let's say he was legitimate. Don't you think that's a really good thing to have, like an all Black? It can't be all Black. I don't think so. But imagine a school where it's literally for us. We got our own barbershop there. Like it's literally one of the greatest things for us. Wouldn't that be nice? Instead of, okay, so this white school doesn't want my daughter to wear braids. Okay, so I can do one or two things. I take them out so she can go and get her little public education, or I'm going to homeschool her. Or like that. What I'm saying is there are options, and I know it sucks to live in a world where someone would judge you so heavily after that, because basically all I'm saying is we're doing the same that they're doing to us. So if someone, a white man at school says, little girl, you can't wear those braids, then I go to a white woman, hey, grown woman, you can't wear that braids. It's the same thing. Two wrongs don't make a right, except it hurts Black people more because we've been so like treated bad in this country. And I have a problem with race. I grew up hating Black people. I'm gonna keep it real. Grew up hating Black people. They treated me bad. My dad used to beat my mom. Sorry. This is the things I saw. So grew up hating Black people. Boop, boop, boop. Start like watching people like Dr. Umar Johnson. Start watching Hotep stuff. And they're telling me things. God, honestly, why do I need to hear? Like, do you know, it's gonna get graphic. Do you know what buck raping is? Why the fuck do I need to know that? Like, I didn't know that shit until I was 20 watching Dr. Umar Johnson talk about it. Why do I need to know such pain and trauma? What does that benefit for me? Like, that makes me feel disgusted. Like, so when you tell me that, what am I supposed to do with that information? Am I supposed to hate white people more? Am I supposed to talk to Black boys more about their trauma? Realistically, you want me to hate white people. You want me to say these niggas are the devil. And it's like, first of all, evil doesn't have a skin color. My mom was molested all her life by a Black man. Evil doesn't have a skin color. So when you tell me these horrific things that white people did back in the day to slavery, what is the emotional reaction you want from me? That's all I'm saying. With all these Hotep people, how do you want me to react to that? Do you want me to go to the next white person? Boom, they out of here? What do you want me to do? Because when I hear that stuff, it makes me upset. It makes me upset.
I'm gonna be real with you, because people are in it for the dollars. They do that to get views. They take the views, which convert to money, period. A lot of these people are not genuine. And honestly, social media is now catered to what you've been watching. So you have to protect your energy, sis. I'm just be real with you.
Yeah.
I stopped following Umar Johnson. I stopped following Kevin Samuels. Right. I would listen because I'm one of those people. I want to hear what you got to say. I'm gonna listen. I ain't gonna go buy these clips on YouTube. I ain't gonna go buy reaction vids. I'm gonna listen to you in your entirety, and I'm gonna make a decision. And from there, that's how I'm gonna go. That's how you should live your life.
Right.
Two things you should never take for face value: religion and other people's views.
Oh yeah. And trust me, when I found Dr. Umar Johnson, I was 20 years old, didn't know about life. So he had got me hooked for a good while. Then I started to hear more, and it's like, if the goal is ultimate peace or world peace, we're not going to get there by blaming each side for all the bad things you do. Like, white people, you did slavery, that was horrible. Well, black people, you did, like, we're not going to get anywhere. I'm sorry to say it, but some things have to be forgive and forget, but we don't let them cross the line. Like Jewish people, they don't let you cross that line. They're going to let you know the Holocaust was real and it hurt our people. They're not going to get on the internet and go back and forth with you. They're not going to do all the extra stuff, but you know what they will do? Once a year, they're going to take their young kids overseas to see the Holocaust Museum. They're going to let them kids know, hey, this is what we've been through to get here. We made it a long way, children, but they're not going to, like, I feel like Black Americans are doomed. We're in a country that's honestly not ours. And the world, they're not going to understand our point. And we're so upset about the past that we're not even taking things into face value. Like if God said, or Jesus said, love one another, you want me to hate this person, or you want me to constantly make this person feel bad for wearing dreads. And because of what? Like people be having, like, white people have mental, like they started this mental health shit and they made it important. And trust me, just because they're white doesn't mean they can't escape that. Like they go through pain. White people get molested as well, horribly. And you know what's funny? The only thing white people have on us is they keep that shit deep inside. They will walk around and smile with their whole heart, knowing their life is falling apart. Like they like to exude perfectness when it's not real. They like to show the world nothing but the best, but they're human too. They go through so many things just like us. And I'm not for this white versus black, but what I am for is my community getting better. Because I just want us to do better. I've seen too much pain in my life. I've heard too many horror stories within the Black community to give a fuck about what a white person do. I'm sorry. I don't care what white people do, because guess what? My skin color is Black. My mom is Black. My sister is Black. Fuck a white person. Hey, that's a white person coming in my house with a gun trying to do some shit. I don't care about what a white person think or do. You want to wear braids? You want to wear dreads till they falling out your hair and you got mole in it? Go ahead. Go right ahead. But I'm going to take care of my skin folk, because I think we've had enough. We've been through enough pain. Like, honestly, it's like it never ends for Black people. Sometimes I think we curse.
Nah, we're not cursed.
It get bad. It gets bad, man.
I want to congratulate you because the point you just made about not really giving a fuck what they got going on over there or what they do, that's the first step to really being free mentally. Because if you are constantly worried about or regulating what the next person does, you ain't never gonna find peace yourself. What you can do, honestly, if that person asks or genuinely wants to know what's the proper way of doing something, then you assert yourself. If it doesn't directly harm you, you don't really have the right to approach someone who likes the style of something. Because I'm gonna be real with you. I like anime. I have a bunch of anime shirts, or I have a bunch of paintings that I do in anime style. What if somebody Japanese rolled up, yo, you ain't paying respect to my art, take all this shit down, just start ripping my shit? I'm gonna beat their ass because it's mine.
Correct.
You see what I'm saying? So that whole mindset, listen, people just want to feel like they big and bad. Yeah. Half of this shit they talking, they not gonna do it.
Culture, I'm sorry, is meant to be shared. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And I hate how we got that motherfucker in a headlock because we feel so disrespected by this country, but it's like, let it go.
We just dope. And then in this age of the internet, it's gonna be shared. Period.
You go.
Here's what it is. It's just gonna be.
It's gonna be copied.
That rap goes international. We got white people in like New Zealand rap. It's people upset about that, but why?
That's the. Isn't what is the saying? What is it? Is the greatest form of flattery? Imitation is the greatest form
of flattery.
They're flattered. They like, and I do this all the time. I look at other girls and be like, I like that outfit. I like that her hair's red. I'm gonna go buy a wig that's red. Like people copy me. That used to be the number one thing in middle school. Once I got them blue jays, now she want the blue jays. Yeah, because the blue jays look nice. They look really good on your feet. I wanted some. Like, what's wrong with it? But hey, was I taking too much of your time? Are you ready to wrap up, or we
I'm
still got?
loving this.
Oh, yay! Okay, I thought you was trying to wrap it up for some reason, but no, for sure, I do not. I just feel like our priorities are fucked up as the Black community, and the Dr. Umars and all those people. We've already established that they are more harm than helpful. Because I don't need to know how a Black man was raped back in the day because he wasn't picked enough cotton. I don't need to know that. That doesn't help my community. Now, what will help is us trying to get therapy for each other. It's more people trying to go to school. Like, did you hear the saying or something on Facebook that a Black man will go to jail? And it won't be that hard for him to get money on his books. Mama probably gonna put money there. Sister probably gonna get money there. But wait till a Black kid go to college. How many people gonna put in on his college tuition and books? Oh no, FAFSA got you, baby. You gotta go sign up for FAFSA. But you will put money on little John books in jail so he can get his noodles and all his commissary. But it's like, I think we should focus on education with us, building our own safe spaces. Because I'm tired of going into white spaces and telling them how they should treat me. Build your own safe spaces. I think there's levels. Did I say something wrong?
Nah.
Okay,
I'm gonna touch on that
levels.
a little bit. See, Black people, we're heavily rooted in tradition.
Oh, okay. Yes.
And whenever you shake that tradition tree, you get the lashing from the people that's higher up above you, the previous generation.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you what I know. I'm a college dropout.
Been there.
Because I only went to college to escape trauma. I wanted to get out the house.
Exactly.
Didn't really know what I was going to school for, but I knew I had to go to school.
Right.
Now I'm in debt. 30,000 in debt.
Thank you for saying debt. Because what college and is college worth it? You work. I'm sorry if I'm putting your business out there, but you work in IT, my nigga. Did I hear that correct today? And you ain't got a college degree. And you didn't need it, bro. Like what?
Hence why I say the whole idea that you got to go to college to be successful is a scam.
Oh,
it's a scam perpetuated to get people to put money into. It's a scam. I can either go to college and spend thousands of dollars and get a BS in computer science, or I can study and take certification tests that cost significantly less and get a better job.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. I don't have a college degree. Don't get me wrong. I've changed my major 5 times. I'm 20,000 in debt. I'm in my last year, but my last year for an associate's in general studies. Not even close to what I want to do, but I don't know. My mom got a bachelor's. I kind of feel this weird thing. I feel it's been too much.
Hold on. Let's talk about it. What do you feel? Let's talk about it.
Just like you just said something like, what did you just say about like people think you have to go to college? I am that person. Like it was rooted into me, and I just feel no. I'm gonna keep it real. I said it on the video. So I dropped out of high school. Now I got my diploma, but I went to one of those alternative schools. You only went there once a week, and like it was a weird ass school. But I dropped out. Never walked across that stage. All my friends did it. All my friends walked across the stage. I didn't do it. This is like a form of pride for me. Like I have to walk across the stage. I have to graduate because I didn't do it the first time. I have to. Like I'm just telling myself I have to do this when I don't, but I have to. Like I'm sorry. I gotta graduate college, and it's because I didn't finish high school correctly, and my mom has a bachelor's degree, and I feel like we all know people make having a college degree seem better than what it is. Like they walk across the stage, they give it looks beautiful. Like it all looks beautiful. No one talks about the debt that much, but it looks beautiful to say I have a college degree. And I'm basically, it's more sentimental than actual functional. Like it's just it's a cute thing. I could put it on my wall and say, hey, you guys, I finished college. And as I'm working the same job, like the job I'm working now, I'm never going to leave this job. I make $17 an hour. And when I get the little degree, I could possibly be a manager, or I could be a manager after working here for a year. So I didn't even need the degree I'm going to pay $20K for, but I told myself it was important. So
that's fine. If that's your goal, if your goal is because to prove it to yourself, I'm 1,000,000% with that. I went to an interview for a position that I knew I wasn't going to want, but I wanted to see if I could prove it to myself that I could get to that point where I could get in the door and get to the interview. Perfectly fine. Fine. Not even going to judge you there. Swear to God.
Okay.
I just want us to stop perpetuating the idea that in order to be successful, your ass got to get up and go to college.
Right. Okay. Now I agree with that.
I hate that shit.
I agree with.
Because
I agree with
it created such a point of depression for me that I would not come home for 12 years.
Oh,
I did not come home for 12 years because I felt like a failure.
Yep. Yeah. And you know what's funny? Like, and I hate to say this because this was like a number one reason, but people do love your failures. Because when I dropped out of high school, my uncle, who has a GED, I kid you not, like a week after they found that I just didn't go to school or didn't graduate, he walked up to me and was like, "Oh, so you're a high school dropout, huh?" Like he was being funny. 2 weeks later, he apologized. It was such a weird interaction because my goddamn uncle, woman hater, he's all these crazy things, but it was so weird. And I remember that feeling of, damn, as soon as I did fail, somebody was there to let me know I did fail. Like somebody was there to make me feel bad about it. And it's like, college ain't nothing but debt. But we want to show the world that, hey, I did some. What you doing? If you ain't graduate college, where you at? Like, it's honestly just a thing to make people feel good about themselves. That's it. It's not even, it's not that functional anymore. Because the debt that you accumulate from it, like literally, if someone is working at McDonald's that has zero debt, but you got a college degree working at this big corporation, but you're $100,000 in debt, the person working at McDonald's technically has more money than you because you're in negative balance. You're in negative. You're working to pay off something you owe. That person just taking all their money in, right? So like, I know it. I hate that I like got into it because I'm already in such deep debt. Like literally, if I don't get a degree, all that money I borrowed, I still gotta pay it back. Like, and that's what happens to people. They'll go to school, never finish, and still get like Sally Mae calling their phone like, "Hey, we need our money."
They're called Navient now.
Oh, Navient. Ooh.
Navient.
And I'm so scared to graduate because I don't think I made a video. I honestly don't think. I think I'm gonna die in debt. I generally in my heart
probably will.
It's so hard. Yeah.
Because let's look at what you're talking about. You got student debt, right?
Mm-hmm.
When let's say you get out and get married and you get a house, you gotta get a mortgage.
Correct. Don't forget that car because sometimes you need a new one. Sometimes you can't buy a cash car. Sometimes you gotta get a car loan.
We are a country that operates in debt. Credit is just debt.
It is, absolutely. And they love to see us drowning because if I go to the bank right now, so I've gotten $20,000 so far for school. If I go to the bank right now with my credit, say, hey, I want $20,000 to start a business. No, but if I go to school and sign up fast for, hey, I want $20,000 to get a degree. Okay, yeah, go to hell. Yeah, sure. Because they know what that means. They know your degree
get that motherfucking money back, period.
And like in one of my videos, I kid you not, I went when I set my mind on a major, I look up how much money I can make in a minute, what job I can get. I went on Indeed, typed in associates with general education. I said something weird, and like the fourth job was janitor, $1,900 a month. Janitor, and I'm not okay. Let me back up because nothing wrong with being a janitor, but $1,900 a month, and I have an associate. Like, I feel like I don't need an associate to mop. I feel like is that correct? Like, I don't need an associate for that, but that's literally what the post said. And it was like dead serious. They want you to have an associate to be a janitor at this place. And it's like, y'all playing a big game in front of our face, bro. Y'all are taking us for a spin and telling us all these dreams, like filling our head with this bullshit. When just like you said, either way, they're getting their money back. Either way, you are in debt to them forever. Either way, they own you damn near because it is bull.
What year were you born, love?
1996.
Okay, so you're Gen Z, and I'm millennial, just what it is. This is why I support you guys so much, because where we were cast out for casting doubt on what the boomers and stuff. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We see y'all with the shit like, nah, this shit is scam. Fuck y'all niggas. We back here like, fuck yeah, do that shit, nigga. Do that shit, nigga.
Because when y'all was there, it was hard for y'all to say that stuff because people looked at y'all crazy.
We got ostracized. Right.
Exactly. But y'all were just peeping game because let's keep it real. I don't look at no older generation, but like, damn, they did a good job, bro. Like, I don't look at none of them. Like, all of them were just purely retarded. Like, they all were, that's a bad word, but they all look around each other. They all look around each other and like, nobody knew what to do. And still in life, nobody knows what to do, but everyone try to make it seem like they know what they got going on or know what, like, the worst thing within the black, I'm not going to say the black community, the worst thing within any community is how a mother will let her child get molested in exchange for having a man. Now, this story is very
Common.
very common. Like it's so common that I'm disgusted. Like I don't know this world. Like the world I grew up in is not what I'm living now. Like I didn't know that was a thing. Like somebody would literally be like, you would tell your mom, "Hey, Mr. So and so is touching me," and your mom will literally act like she does not hear you. I've heard these stories. These happen to people close to me, and it's like that's how delusional the world is. Like the mother is willing to keep the image of a happy family. Like she's willing to go hold that man's hand in church and be like, "Yeah, me and John just did this last week," knowing it's at the exchange of her child's body. Like people were all like back in the day, it was all about looks. Nothing was authentic. Nothing at all was authentic back then.
Okay. I'm glad you said that. I'm going to reference a video you did.
Ooh,
where I disagree with you.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. You were saying back around the 1920s, that's when the Black family unit was at its peak.
20s, 30s, yeah, something like that.
Do you know why the Black family was at its peak?
I feel like I know, but I want you to tell me.
Okay. You guys didn't have rights. You guys couldn't speak up about abuse. You guys couldn't do anything. That was one fact you left out.
Real talk. So back in I'm gonna sound so stupid, but seriously, in the 20s and 30s, we couldn't vote.
No,
I thought that shit.
Look up suffrage and look up Black people. Yeah, remember, Black people couldn't vote till the 1960s, love.
Dude, okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm finna shit on myself. I didn't. So this shit was not that long ago. Like I don't know why I thought we got.
So them same motherfuckers that was beating us when we was marching for in 1960
or fucking senates and all.
They still alive, nigga.
It's not okay. So nothing is good. That you're telling me. No. I didn't know. I really didn't.
Meemaw and Pawpaw is them same niggas that were throwing rocks at us.
I'm thinking in 1900 is when everybody can vote. Like I'm sorry, I don't give a fuck about
white men could vote.
So you telling me in 1920s and 30s women couldn't vote? We couldn't do certain things.
White women could. That's when they started doing. White women could, but you, ma'am, you didn't get it right to 1960 something.
Okay, well that is. It's not news to me because I know this. The time frame was off to me. I didn't know it was. Nigga, like like I know somebody alive right now who was born in like 1935. So like that shit kind of weary to me.
My point is this: of course, it's gonna look like everything's all good if the rest of the people can't talk.
Right? Okay. Well, yeah, you got me there because I thought that was the best we ever had, but realistically, come on now, realistically,
still going on, love.
Yeah, it was still.
Don't get me wrong. We had a Harlem Renaissance. We had an explosion. Okay. But there was also, alcoholism. There was domestic situations because of the Great Depression.
Let's be real. Rape and molestation was rampant too. Like that's never died down. By the way, that's never died down. It just wasn't
reported, so therefore it seems like it wasn't as bad.
Correct.
It's been going on, love.
Damn, we're really in shit. But okay, so yeah, so I guess. So basically, you saying you disagree with that, basically meaning there's never been a good point within the Black family.
I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. It was just that you were saying we were at our best at that time. We can't say that because stuff wasn't being reported.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Gotcha.
So that's what I'm saying.
Okay. So 1960s. Okay. But so you probably stopped there. So when you had your issue. So now let's continue those videos because that was an entire series.
Yeah. I watched all of them.
Oh, okay. So do you agree with some of it at least? Because my number one thing was when the 70s came, how Black men could pimp their own woman so easily. Like so easily that they will sell this woman that they love and then get all the money. Like honestly, when men were in control, because like first of all, men has always been in control within the household. But for some reason, I guess 70s when the cocaine popped. And it's like, honestly, when I see men in control like that, they're not that smart. Like all that money that they was making off prostitution, why doesn't great grandma own her house? Like why wasn't there enough assets built? Because he had purple suits on and gold. Like when I see Black men in that era, I just see how small their minds were. And they would tell women that we want shit. But back then, they literally were just about how they look. It was literally about the cars, the clothes, the hoes. And we could all argue that for some people, it's still that way.
Yeah, that was literally what I was about to say. Ain't shit changed.
Yeah.
People
Really?
want to do the now versus home because home represents what they went through, the traumatic experiences.
Yeah.
They're not going to pour money into something other than themselves. No, they were being
That's
selfish.
true.
They
And
got
to be
money.
fair, to
Fine.
be nice and not be so judgmental, they didn't have a good standpoint. They didn't have a good reference to go back to and be like, okay, well, me mom did this. Now a handful of people did. A handful of
Yeah,
people
that was
had
something
some
that
really
did.
beautiful, yeah. So, but the majority, we were. It's the same thing. You know, when you're in high school and then, like, you will buy something that you don't even fuck with, but because it's popular, you're just doing it. I feel like that's a lot of the black community. Like, we were so based in ego and popularity that we don't even see like them poor. Like, this generation is the first one that's getting a little, like, we're inching our way to where we should be, but it has been a battle. It has been a
I
battle.
just feel like black dollars are easily swayed when the media
Ooh,
tells them what to buy. I
that's
don't know why, but if the media
sadly
tells
true.
you to go buy this phone here for
Ooh, don't do that
$2,000,
because I got an iPhone 12 right now.
you see what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
we let the media tell us what's important. And that's the problem with relationships and people's view on that type of shit. Like, they tell us what to expect is the current thing. Like, for instance, the whole debate of goddamn, I hate seeing this shit when people are on their anniversary or they're on vacation with their loved one and you see a million photos. Listen, I get it. Enjoy yourself. But
I'm
don't
gonna
spend
say
all of your
something.
goddamn time taking
The
pictures for Instagram. You are here with me. We are here to enjoy ourselves. And I'm gonna be real with you. This pisses some people off. When I'm dating, when I have a girlfriend, I'm not posting a bunch of pictures on Facebook.
Oh, can you? Okay, I used to hate that, but so tell me why. Tell me why. I used to hate that about men.
Because if you're around me, you've been around her. You know that we're together.
Ah, okay.
So what am I gonna go flashing my flag of the woman I love, sharing it with a bunch of people that I don't even care about?
Okay, you hit the
Giving
nail
y'all
on the
something to
coffin.
talk about to piss me off and ruin my day and my girl day. Because how many times have you seen this? Somebody talking to somebody and you hear, oh, he tried to holler at me too.
Yeah. It hasn't personally happened to me, but I've heard that story. Yeah.
Why would I? Now, I get there's some men that are operating in the gray area. You know what I'm saying? They have malintent, but malintent is in all things. We can all flip that stuff. But sometimes I don't like niggas in my business.
True.
This is why I have blinds in my apartment.
Right.
I don't want you in my business. I
Yeah.
want me and my
When I
girl
was
to have our
young,
moments,
bro, when I was young, like that first boyfriend, that used to drive me crazy. Why won't you post me on Facebook? I used to generally argue with this man night and day about that. But I mean, one, he had ill intentions, so we throw him away. But speaking on your terms, like, it could be that some people just have ill intentions for you. Like, let's say someone disliked you so much that you post your girl. Well, let me go follow her. And like, let me see. Like, I honestly had a friend that literally tried to hook up with my man just because she disliked me. She didn't like him, but she disliked me so much that she inboxed him so she could have him screenshots. Be like, oh, that's your nigga screenshot. Like, that was her. That was her point. That was the point for her to do that. And she didn't even like him. So I hear you on that. That is true. Like, social media don't determine love, and I don't know why it has this generation such in a chokehold. Are we that bored? Like, yeah.
Is everybody lying? Everybody wants to be we just got through talking about this. Everybody wants to be the trophy, and we let the media tell us if you're a trophy, they'll post you. Or we even have little meme challenges. Post a picture of such and such if y'all do this. If you really don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, we allow the media to tell us what to do. You know what I'm saying? And what's so crazy is this. We have this mindset, the toxic little idea of what happens in this house stays in this house, except when it comes
to right. No, not even that. Here's what I really get on this generation as. Have you noticed when you go on Facebook, it's all ice creams and cupcakes. Besides the people who bring their drama, but let's say a couple. They will post every picture of them together, hugged up, getting something to eat. And the moment they break up, there's no true explanation. You just see the girl one day start retweeting niggas ain't shit. I'm single. Who up? Like they never give you an explanation like, oh, this was going on. But they'll tell you all their happy moments. They'll show you every picture of them in a beach. They'll show you all the great moments. But as soon as it goes bad, okay.
Hold on, one second.
Like social media, the couples that they just show you the happy moments. And like when they break up with somebody, you never know the reason. That part is secret, but their happiness is because they just want to look good. Like people just want to look good. And ain't nothing wrong with that, but it's just creating this false like reality. It just creates a false world where everything is perfect when we know it's not.
I'm gonna be real with you. That's none of our business either. Like,
it's not, but don't you think don't you think they're not entitled? How can I say this? Like, I saw somebody do something weird where it was like, you don't post your whole pregnancy story, like the maternity, and when you had a baby, you don't want to show Facebook for like the next 3 months. Now, I'm not arguing with that. I'm not arguing with that. You do not have to put your child on the social media, but it's like it's weird. It's like showing how to bake a cake, but only showing the cake part. You don't show me you breaking eggs. You don't show me how your kitchen look after you. Like it's just one part.
Listen to me. We as media, social media, we feel entitled to some shit that we ain't entitled to.
Cheers. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Be glad that you got a picture of my bae. Be glad that you got a picture of my wife when she was pregnant. And that's all you're gonna get, because boundaries, nigga. And you ain't gonna tell me what my boundaries are.
After they showed you how happy they were, once they break up, again, we're not which is true, we're not entitled to know the reason. It's just everything was good, then it wasn't.
And then one day it just didn't work out.
Okay.
And this is another thing I have an issue. This is another thing I have an issue. Why has it always got to be a bad ending? Why it always got to be a villain when somebody break up?
That is a good point. That is a good point, but most of the time it's just two people who can't see the eye to eye, but each person has their own perspective. So the woman's gonna be like, well, he ain't shit, and the man gonna be like, well, she ain't shit. So I'm sorry, every story has to have a villain, especially when there's a disagreement. That's what I've learned. That's like literally that's how I've been treated. I've never won an argument. No, let me keep it real. I've never won an argument with someone because they're gonna find a way to trample whatever I said. Like the friend that I just lost, we were friends for 2 years. And let me tell you the situation really quick, because I really want your input. We were friends for 2 years and we just stopped being friends like a month ago.
Okay.
So
same thing happened to me, by the way.
Oh, like well, I want to get into yours too. We probably got 30 minutes. Let me quickly get mine out there. So this is the friend that I said she just leave a nigga at the drop of the hat. So like basically our issue was I had like a big, nice 4-bedroom apartment I was about to get ready to buy. She just left her baby daddy, doesn't have a car. Every weekend I would take her to wash her clothes and get groceries. That was my number one thing. Didn't live in the greatest neighborhood. So I think I offer her, I'm like, hey, I got a 4-bedroom home. You ain't got to pay rent, because her dream is to get an RV and travel with her daughter. I'm like, you ain't got to pay rent. You're my best friend. Do you want to move in with me so you can get out this area and blah, blah. No, girl, I don't really think you got your shit together like that. Like, she was just keeping it real. I was like, you know what? You kind of right. I moved on from it. So then I have a boyfriend. Now, my boyfriend, I'm going to keep it real. He has some mental issues there. And I'm not trying to make this an excuse, but he's schizophrenia. He's weird. He literally, like, imagine if a child was locked in a room for 15 years. That was him. He never had outside experience. But he wanted us to all to be friends. Like he just, he liked the way I act around her. So he's like, hey, can you put in a group chat? Because when we got into it, he liked to ask her like, hey, how's Charm think? Is she okay right now? Like he liked to reach out to my friends about me. Some people cool with that. Some people not. So I asked her before I put it in the group chat, hey, is it cool? She was like, yeah. In a weird way, she was like, yeah. Long story short, she was not cool with how my dude was talking to her. Like she felt like he was giving off some sister wives type shit. So I had to stop her and I was like, you low-key just said I'm trying to get you into sex trafficking, because you're saying we want you for your body. The only reason why we putting you in the group chat and talking to you is because we want something to do with your body. First of all, girl, I've been your friend for 2 years. I'm not trying to sex traffic you. We don't want you. We care about you and your daughter. You're like, the reason your clothes are washed right now is because my boyfriend, he's the only one that has a license between me and him. He picks us up and take us to A and B. And all I ever was trying to do was make sure you were straight. So we got into an argument about it. And the whole argument was a whole lot of, I hear you, but nobody was listening. Like she wasn't trying to hear me out. And to keep it real, I was a trend out here. She was like, "Girl, you trying to have me on some sister wife shit?" I'm like, "No, you know me for 2 years. If you got any inclination that I wanted to fuck you in the past 2 years, you should have stopped fucking with me. You only said this because my boyfriend, yeah, he's been a little weird. He got us in a group chat saying good morning to everybody, but that doesn't mean we want to fuck on you. Like you crossed the line." And I like, and one thing about me, when I'm mad, like I hold my pain and I hold my anger in. So we had a lot of issues. And that day she did that sister wife shit, I just went off on her because it's like I have forgiven you for so much stuff and put stuff aside. Like I basically brought up the past. I ain't gonna lie, I did something bad. I brought up things that I let go for the sake of friendliness, but now because like she basically went like we've only been friends for 2 years. We got into one big fight. I said something that was very insensitive, but I meant it. Like I'm not gonna say what it is because it was very insensitive. But during that time, I was homeless, so we were on the phone talking. I said something I shouldn't have said. She hung up on me. Didn't talk to me for 6 months in the middle of me being homeless. Now, when she was homeless, I paid for her cell phone bill. I offered her a place on my account. Like real talk, I don't play about people. I put money and time in because people go through shit. But yeah, I said something that offended her. Hung up on me. She didn't talk to me for 6 months. When we got back friends, my whole motive was to prove that I'm a different person. I proved to her. I picked her up every weekend to wash her clothes. I picked her up every weekend to go get food for her daughter. When we got back friends, I had to prove that I was worthy of being her friend. Whole time she never had to prove to me that she was worthy of being my friend. So I had kind of got fed up. Like, why are you treating me like I'm the villain when I give you these things? I show you I'm here. I give you gifts. I make sure you straight on a certain level, and you don't do it for me. And she was like, "Girl, I ain't asked you to do none of that." That was her only response. I didn't ask you to help me with my daughter. Now, is that true? Yes, but hold on, because you're making it seem like it's so little when you needed someone, you just didn't know how to act. So I stepped up and been the friend that I want people to be like that for me. I treat the world how I want to be treated.
Stop.
So
Stop. You just said it.
I treat the world how I want to be treated.
You treated her like you wanted her to treat you. She didn't want to treat you like that. She has no obligation to treat you.
Obligation, right? So that was just
compatibility.
Yeah, I have a problem with that then. So that's not good to do. Like to be.
Some people have boundary issues. Now, I won't even say issues. Your boundaries are different than my boundaries.
True.
Your boundaries were different than her boundaries. She went along with it, but in the end, she wasn't comfortable. She voiced her not being comfortable. You can't be upset with her for voicing that she didn't feel comfortable. You may not have liked the way she said it.
True. That you're saying what she's saying word for word, like no lie. She said it just like you saying it. That she felt a boundary was overstepped. Now yes. I can say I understand that. Like again, that's why the whole conversation was we was listening, hearing each other, but not listening. So I can say I understand it. But and this is why I say there's a villain in the story because I've always been the villain. So you're essentially siding with her because you said what she said, and I'm like,
I'm not siding with anybody.
I know, but I'm saying when you say what she said, you sound like her, and all I'm saying is you knew me for 2 years. If you think like basically, let me ask you this. If your son, I don't want to get too personal, but if you got any inclination that a girl that you're dating might touch your son or someone close to you, would you fuck with them at all?
Nah.
Okay, so you thought we wanted you to be a sister wife. You got that feeling because you felt it. Okay, so we've been friends for 2 years. You tell me under 2 years you had those feelings. You thought I was weird with you like that, and you continue to be my friend. No, you never had those feelings. You misstep, you overjudge, and yeah, like I said, we might have hit a boundary. But you telling me I want you to be my sister wife, and I want you in my bed, and you know me for 2 years, you don't know me. You don't know me if you can say that I would do something like that to you. Because to me, that's sex trafficking in a way. Hey, come live over here. We'll pay your bills, but make sure you give my boyfriend the little whoppy go out. Give him what he needs. Like, no, I cared about you for 2 years. I was there. I showed who I was. When I didn't have a car, we would walk to each other. I was there. So how did you how did you make me the villain? Is all I'm saying. Like,
listen to me.
How did she make me the villain?
Listen to me. That's the essence of the human conditioning.
Ooh.
We are naturally narcissistic. We are going to make ourselves the heroes and the do no wrongs naturally of the story. Now, I'm going to be real with you. She took advantage of you.
Yeah, I didn't want to hear that, to be honest, but that is true.
She took advantage of you. You were going to do this, and she knew that at the end she could say, well, I ain't asked you to do it, but she took it. If she didn't feel comfortable because of boundary issues,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I was saying.
Comfortable with it, she'd be like, nah, girl, I'm going to find my way. I appreciate you my girl, but just a boundary thing.
Right. I said that same thing because her issue was with my boyfriend. She felt he was creepy. And I'm like, he's the one that's been driving us from point A to point B. He wasn't creepy when he was helping you load your laundry in the trunk. You know what I'm saying? Like like you said, she took advantage. Like she saw her opportunity. She took it. Now, again, just because I'm no hero, I could have handled things better. Like I could have put a separation there.
Listen to me. Stop this. Because you're doing this villain hero thing. It's not that. Nobody's a villain. Nobody's a hero. People are just people. Okay.
Correct.
Stop doing that because you're gonna beat yourself up.
I am. Okay.
Stop that shit. You were being human. You said some shit when you was emotional. That's what happens sometimes. Forgive yourself.
Correct. Okay.
Forgive yourself. You did it. Myself. Going forward, don't do it again. Find steps to recognize when you get into that point and not let yourself get there. Don't put yourself in a position where you feel like your help is not being reciprocated. Change your circles. Talk to people.
Oh my God.
You date people just as much as you date friends.
You just hit the nail. I have no more to say. You hit the nail right on the coffin. Now, did you want to tell me about your situation? You say you had a friend that recently.
So I had a friend. We worked together a lot. We both we are content creators. 2-3 years. We like this. This man has slept on my couch. He slept in my bed while I slept on the couch. Helped this man move cities. You know what I'm saying? Never didn't ask for anything in return.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He got nominated for an award and I helped him, I helped vote damn near every day to get him to the award. I suffer from anxiety and depression.
Okay.
On the night of the award ceremony, I could not go there because it was people. It's COVID. I had COVID. I had a panic attack in the car.
Okay.
I didn't go. I just sat in the car, calmed my nerves, came home, took my medication that I take for anxiety, and it knocks me out. I went to sleep.
Let me guess. You not showing up? Was you not being supportive or?
Yep. So the next day he calls me and asks me what happened. Because I was not in a place where I could discuss it, I made up a lie. I said, you know what? I couldn't find a parking spot. My bad. We left it there. Okay. Stop being friends. His
instantly? Like it was like that day?
So that day, the next day, I had to get a piece of paper signed. His girlfriend, there was a notary. I went to his house. I knocked on the door. He was like, who is it? I said, Jeremy. He halfway opens the door and walks off. Didn't say anything. And I'm like, okay. I found out he has a celebratory fish fry at the house. Now, if you didn't open the door all the way for me, I don't feel welcome to your celebratory event. I don't go.
Right.
The next day, I give him a call, sent the voicemail. I called him again, sent the voicemail. I gave it a week, sent the voicemail. At that point, I said, okay, I just lost my friend. I did wrong by lying and not expressing what I feel he could understand, because that is a boundary that I have. I'm not 100% comfortable in that setting at that time to discuss what I was feeling because it was embarrassing. But if that one moment was enough to negate 2-3 years of friendship, thank you for everything you've taught me. I will work on my end. You be blessed. I wish you the best, bro. I love you to death. Go get yours. That's
absolutely.
It ain't always got to be a bad guy. It ain't always got to be a bad guy. I disagree with him. Yeah, I wanted to square up with his ass. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, you really gonna stop being my friend over shit? Meet me in the street. I wanted to fight him.
Right.
But,
and that's how I feel. I'm not saying there's a villain, but there be this weird disrespect about that. Like when you be there for someone with so many things. And again, they didn't ask you, but you put the time out of your life. You invested so much energy in this one person. And when it comes for that time where it's like, hey, show me who you are. And they like, peace. They like, I'm not fit. I'm done.
Hit you with
like,
the little meme where the nigga disappeared.
Exactly. That. And again, I There's no villains, there's no whatever.
Right.
But I'm gonna call that some villain shit because I know life is so
I'm gonna say it's
small.
human shit, love. I'm not gonna say it's villain shit
Yeah,
because I'm
human
not in the
shit.
business of doing that.
I guess what it is humans are really unreliable. Unless that motherfucker gave
It can
birth to
be.
you, humans are
Not
very
even then.
unreliable.
Not
Yeah,
even
true.
then.
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm thinking too deep. Yeah, but yeah, very unreliable. Because to me that be scaring me that people will look at 2 to 3 years worth of friendship, relationship with all that and just be gone. Like there will be no final conversation. There won't be like people literally have to walk away from years of stuff because someone is not willing to be that adult or someone is just fed up, whatever you want to call it. But to me, that is grotesque because when you need someone and that person literally can choose whether they be there or not, that's not okay. Because that means it's just not okay. Like it's not okay in the fact that you can't really trust nobody but yourself. Like the only person that's gonna have your back. I guess that goes back to that self-love you was telling me. Cause like people are unreliable. And I find that incredible bullshit. But like you said, I won't ever go beyond what I'm asked to do with people. So you didn't ask me to take you to the laundromat. I'm not gonna take your ass to the laundromat. Like I'm just gonna be so within myself because being too nice, you just become a doormat.
That's true.
You literally just become a doormat.
So I will say this. Don't give up hope. Because I do have a best friend. I do have a ride or die. Now you're not gonna have a bunch of these. You might just have one.
Oh, I got one since fourth grade, and we've got into it, but that will come back all the time. We come back to each other just like this.
I did something to my best friend that is unforgivable. But
please
that
don't
nigga
mention
in my
another
time
woman.
Huh?
It didn't mention a woman, right?
Yes, it did. It involved a woman.
Oh, no.
I did something unforgivable. But in that time, when it came out, because everything does come to the light.
Correct.
His words to me was this, and this is why I love my friend forever. He forgave me. He said, I'm not calling you to fight you. I'm disappointed in you, but you're still my brother.
Damn, that's very mature. That's incredibly
I am
mature.
blessed to have this best friend. I'm blessed and I recognize that. I honestly don't even call him my best friend. Really, I call him my brother.
Right.
I call his dad my dad. I call his mom. I call his brother. Shit like that. Like I have a relationship with them and I'm thankful. Like even though I didn't, complete college, I'm thankful I went because I met my motherfucking brother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Amen. Yeah. I completely agree with you. And I said that in one of my videos, Lord knows what a good friend would do to you because it's rare.
Lord knows what a good friend will do
for you, right. For you, to your soul, to your mentality, because people, it don't take much for people to not be friends no more. I promise you, it takes the smallest thing.
I'm gonna be real with you. Friend gets tossed out way too fucking easy.
Oh, there's
a lot of fucking associates out this.
On everything.
There's a bunch of fucking associates out here, cuz.
Real talk. And then be trying to play it off like it's something better than what it is, but let one weird Facebook like slur or one weird, what's that shit they call you, like subtweeting me or sub whatever. Let something weird happen like that and niggas ready to fight and record it. So you got that right. It is not that many people that are actually friends. It's just associates out here.
And don't be afraid to learn the difference, man. Date your friends, man. Hang out with them. Really listen to them. When they tell you something, believe it. And then the other thing is your friends are going to grow as well. Sometimes they'll change. Yeah. Sometimes people grow apart and it doesn't have to be a villain every fucking time. Now, sometimes there'll be some evil shit. But it doesn't require a villain. People will make a villain, but it doesn't always have to be a villain. I'm going to give you an example. My college sweetheart, I'm gonna call her my real first love because we lived together and everything.
Okay.
When we broke up, hated her guts. I hated black women, period. I was bitter.
Be honest. Yeah, I like that. That's true. That's how it works. What happened?
She moved in the same apartment complex like 3 years later.
Mm-hmm.
And she walked up and knocked on my door and said, "Can we talk?"
Oh man. That's beautiful.
And I know that sounds romantic. Like you
did it lead to something or
it led to breakfast and conversation. It led to communication. It led to us sitting down, examining what really happened examining our mindsets and coming to the conclusion that we weren't right for each other at that time.
Oh man,
Just two adults talking.
I love how beautiful that she was,
okay.
that she knocked on your door. I like the people who can put their pride aside and really get to the bottom of things. I love that, because all this animosity and fake hate in the air for what? Because at the end of the day, no issue that big.
You know, and I'm gonna say this because I'm actually ashamed it got to that point, because I wanted to knock on her door. I wanted to squash it, but I let her beat me to it. So what did that say about me as a man? You see what I'm saying?
No, don't do that to yourself, because like, I've been shitting on men for too long. But like, before I look at you as a man, I look at you as a human. You scared like everybody else. You have the, well, what if she say this? You're nervous like everybody. You had your growth, and I'm starting to realize that about men. Like, I gotta push my daddy issues to the side and realize we all learn differently. We're all raised differently. Like I'm what do they call it? Like I'm down bad. Like I've always been the type to knock on the door because I love closure. I like to know, hey, what's going on? Like, I've always reached out to the friend. It might have took me 2 years. It might have took me whatever, but I always reach out first. And I'm just used to doing that because like, if I don't do it, I know nobody will. Like, that when it comes to me, if I don't do it, nobody will. So it takes time. Like I said, like, and I hope that when I reached out to that one person, it made them want to reach out to somebody else. It's kind of like a flu. Like, you sneeze on somebody and then maybe they learn to do things better. But you were just human, man. You were hurt. Like, and I think men, I don't know why, when y'all get y'all heartbroken, y'all act different, man. Y'all, that stuff sticks with you hard.
You haven't figured that out? Why?
Is it the mom? Is it have something to do with mom? Like, why do y'all take like the first love so serious?
What happens when you're a little boy and you start crying? What do you tell them?
Stop all that crying. You ain't no girl. You cry like a girl. I know it. I've heard it. I've heard it. So you get told that all your life. We're told that this emotional hurt is of weakness. Yikes.
So you guys, no offense, you guys help build this soldier. And then when we get introduced to the environment of emotions and we can't compute,
right?
We get bashed, but we're raised this way. You feel me? So it's.
I completely agree. It was a lot of things we lacked and a lot of emotion that's been going on, but got a doggy, got a pee. I thoroughly enjoyed this conversation. If you want to make this a weekly thing, like every Monday, we get on here to talk about random stuff, let me know. But I have so much more to say, but I got to get to my regular life. But thank you for having me here.
Absolutely.
I had a great conversation with you, and always be blessed, man.
Hey, same to you. I'll get with you soon. I'm gonna make some clips out of this.
Okay.
And I'll email them to you so we can, both share them or however we want to do it.
All right. Well, you guys follow me everywhere. Gaming with Charm with no G. That's TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter. Gaming with Charm, no G. Y'all have a good one.
All right.
Peace.
Thanks,